Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no! As the host of this show, I've always loved and appreciated the stories of both Descendants and Zombies, and I've always wanted to be a part of them and tell them differently. That may have came in the form of me wanting to be an action hero for either Descendants or Zombies, or just telling you how I feel about a certain character that was really brought to life by people like Clarke, Ruby Rose Turner, and Malia Baker, who are three people that will forever and always hold a very special place in my heart, which means I've always got their backs, and I've always got the backs of their fans who have never seemed to quit on them. Because the one thing I've noticed over the last 10 years is that there are so many people who love them with all of their heart. So why not give them something special to believe in? We've seen so many people take to their YouTube channels offering criticism towards your favorite stars, and there's really no need of it. It's totally uncalled for. It's making them feel different ways about themselves and their criteria, and if they're living up to a certain expectation or standard of the critics and fans, people alike. And I just wanted to replace that with a really cool video that they could watch, or that you could watch as a fan of Descendants and Zombies, and give you something special to believe in terms of a release window that we're looking at for Descendants and Zombies, which is not too far away from ever happening. I know there are people out there that said that Zombies 5 is probably not going to happen until 2028, and that led people to believe a lot of things that weren't true, and now we know and can confirm for you that it's going to happen in 2027. One of the greatest joys that I've ever had is just being a part of this, and having the chance to meet so many wonderful people who have obviously drawn inspiration from this and taken something special away from every single time they've ever been a part of this story. Because you felt a part of it, and you never ever wanted these stories to end. So I've often offered encouragement that these stories have never had to end and never had to be over, because when you really think about it, why should we ever have to say goodbye to people we love? Why should we ever have to say goodbye to an incredible story and close the book on its final chapter? I've never wanted this to be over, nor have I ever wanted to say goodbye. I've just wanted to have these conversations for forever, hoping I can touch somebody's heart. And I had the chance to experience just that because of how much you guys believed in me and believed in this channel. Thank you so much for having made this your favorite Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel, because these conversations that I have with you about Clarke and Malia Baker are to inspire you, and they are conversations that undeniably I've looked forward to every night for the rest of my life because I've loved having them. I think that every single time you watch a Descendants chapter or you see something special happen for it, it always presents you with a chance to tell your story differently about how Cinderella, Alice in Wonderland, Maleficent inspired you. Because I really do believe that no matter who we are, we all have a favorite Disney character and or princess that's held a very special place in our hearts for forever. I just got done watching the music video from the live-action Beauty and the Beast, A Tale as Old as Time, and it was a beautiful, beautiful retelling of the story of Beauty and the Beast. I thought that Emma Watson and Dan Stevens did a great job bringing it to life for the first time ever in 2017, but I often go back to the original Beauty and the Beast animated classic for how Robbie Benson is the original voice of the Beast, and the original voice of Belle, Peggy O'Hare, would go on to hold a very special place in my heart because it truly was a tale as old as time, and they believed in it, and the people who were part of the soundtrack, lending their voices to that soundtrack, such as Celine Dion, believed in it too. Because I remember, and it might have had something to do with how I was really young, but I remember being captivated by not just Disney's characters, but also these princesses who were forever iconic. I mean, for somebody to run down a princess and throw criticism their way, they obviously have their reasons, and I pretty much left it at that, but if you actually give them a chance, I know that it's an image that is far from perfect for a lot of us to get to in our lives, a point that we dream of often getting to, but I think that there's a reason why people draw inspiration from these characters and have felt connected to them. And I think as journalists and as YouTubers, we can offer encouragement that there is something special to be seen in every princess's story, no matter who you're talking about. Even the Descendants characters, I think there's obviously something very special about Red. I've always believed there's something special about Ruby and Bridget, and I think that as long as you believe that and continue to hold on to that in your heart, you will forever be a true Descendants fan, because I'm going to tell you guys something. True Descendants fans have subscribed here to this YouTube channel. That is more evident to me than ever before, that true Descendants fans truly have subscribed to this YouTube channel. Now, I know there are diehard fans out there who have never watched any of my videos, but I've always had this one hope, that somebody would eventually see my videos of my really cheap haircut and how I sit in front of this microphone every night and talk about Descendants of Zombies, just hoping to make you laugh. I know my haircut looks really cheap tonight. You're going to have to forgive me. I very quickly had that done today. But the thing is, I try to really bring this story to life and just give you guys hope that Zombies 5 is coming and Descendants 5 Wicked Wonderland is going to be something truly special to believe in. You know, I just saw one of the most recent Wicked Wonderland teaser trailer videos that was just recently uploaded. It ran for about 5 minutes. I know the teaser trailer is only about 30 seconds and it doesn't really offer us much. Believe you me, I've heard and I've seen it all. And I noticed that in the explanation that the host of the video was giving you guys, they themselves didn't even know what to say or really what to offer you. I think that in a video that you're doing a reaction video, I mean 10 to 12 minutes doesn't really say much, give you a chance to really share it with everybody, your audience, how you truly feel about it. So that's often why I go 20. And you're saying to yourself, hey Jonathan Clarke, do you know that 20 minutes is a really long time? I gotta go to sleep. I got school tomorrow. I got homework to do. I got places to be, people to see, people to fall in love with. I get that. But if you give me time, I'll just give you a reason to believe in Descendants of Zombies more than ever before. Because I know that there's somebody out there that sees heroes in these characters, and I'm just like you. And often, every single time that I ever push record, I'm speaking from the perspective of probably a YouTube content creator, but obviously a hero too, because I've always wanted to be one. And the thing is, I saw something special in how Kylie Cantrell and Malia Baker could bring these characters to life more often than enough. I think that Malia Baker is someone obviously I don't really say a whole lot about, but I do think she is a really beautiful person who deserves more of a chance. I saw her interview that she did for E-Talk here in Canada. I've done a lot of stuff for Entertainment Tonight Canada and E-Talk before, and I remember how excited she was to be a part of it, and she was so excited to be home. I know Freya Sky just recently had the chance to travel overseas back home to the UK and perform one of her final shows of Leg 1 of the Stars Align World Tour, and I couldn't help but be very appreciative of her and what she's got happening for her. Do you guys know that almost all of her shows for Leg 1 were sold out, and every single one of her shows for Leg 2, which kicks off in June of this coming summer, are sold out too. There are limited seating still available, but very few seats are still available in these theaters. She's going to be performing across the United States and across overseas. It's really unbelievable to me how far these stars have come with their careers in such a short amount of time, and just how much people believe in them. You guys really believe in Freya Sky. You obviously see something special in her, so I think that deserves to be encouraged. So I just want to take a moment to say thank you to every Freya Sky fan. Because to you guys, I was a nobody. And then from out of nowhere, you guys just accepted me into this niche. And you guys really heard something special in everything I had to say about Freya. You guys have been with me from the very first video I ever uploaded here. About how I believed in Disney princesses and their stories and the magic behind them. And how I believed in Disney's characters, which eventually became something so special for every fan of Descendants of Zombies. I know that the fans of the Freya Sky community, the fandom, are very hard to win the hearts of, but let me tell you something. When you do win the hearts of every fan of Freya Sky out there, they will never quit on you. They will forever watch your videos. They will forever smash your like button because they know that you're serious about how you feel about her and you feel the same way they do. But that's how you relate to somebody. You just can't come on here and say that, okay, you think Freya Sky is a cool singer and this is the reason why, without any feeling being attached to why you really feel that way about her. If you can come on here and you can put your heart into everything that you say about somebody like Freya, then the Freya Sky fans will love you to death for forever. They will stand in front of you like a shield and protect you against the critics. They will forever hit your like button. They will subscribe to you by the thousands. I know this for sure because in 1 week, over 250 Freya Sky fans subscribed to this YouTube channel. I've witnessed this. No other Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel ever experiences what I do. I go to sleep, and then in the morning I wake up with like 300 subscribers. Because I put my heart into every video that I ever create. It has nothing to do with expensive ring lights. It has nothing to do with expensive cameras. It just has everything to do with how much heart you have for every video you ever create. I know there are content creators out there that say in order to bring a Disney video for YouTube to life, you have to have really expensive ring lights and really expensive cameras, and you have to have this, you have to have that, and you have to go out and spend more money. No, you don't have to do that. All you got to do is truly put your heart into who and what you believe. And I put my heart into every video that I ever put out there about Descendants of Zombies and just hope for the best. I've recorded videos on your favorite stars. I have forever supported them. And every single night that I ever upload a video, I never know how many subscribers I'm going to get. But what I do know is that if somebody just comes on here and tells you what they think about Descendants of Zombies and how they feel, nobody's going to subscribe to that. What you're going to subscribe to is somebody who wants to be an action hero, somebody who wants to ride Transylvania horses through the forests of Transylvania, get in fights with Dracula, fight zombies by the thousands, because there is something called the zombie apocalypse that could happen at any given moment. Why do you think I moved into a house near a solar plantation and a chemical plant? The reason why I moved into a house near a solar plantation and a chemical plant, because how else is one supposed to record his thoughts and share them with you on Descendants of Zombies if he never takes himself on the opportunity? He or she never does move into a house near a solar plantation and a chemical plant, which is kind of really fun and really cool. I would highly recommend it to anybody to try it and take themselves up the opportunity to do it and live freely. Live freely with an open heart and open mind and see where it takes you. Stop laughing. The thing is, guys, I know that there are people out there that have really discouraged your hopes and dreams of anything ever happening for Descendants of Zombies long before Descendants of Zombies was announced for the sequels, Descendants 5 and Zombies 5. There were people out there that were saying, I don't think they're going to get past Zombies 4. I've heard so much, and I just wanted to be that one guy that said, okay, if that's how they feel, then we're going to feel differently. We're going to take this in an entirely different direction. And that included me telling you stories about how I believed in magic carpet rides and how I wanted to open up my own magic shop and how I thought the chances of a zombie apocalypse and an alien invasion could happen at any given moment. Because if the critics on YouTube actually paid attention, there was actually an alien mothership on the way to Earth to kill us all. There was this reportedly unidentified flying object on the way to Earth to blow us all up. And I wanted to prepare you guys for that. So I took that funny story online and I started, offering you helpful tips on how you can prepare yourself and your loved ones for an alien invasion. Because, what are you going to do if for some reason you go out? Let's say your boyfriend is coming over to visit and he's taking you out on this really cool date. You're really excited to go with him. And then all of a sudden you open up your front door and there's this alien mothership ready to beam you up. What are you going to do? You can't expect him to protect you. That's why you got Jonathan Clarke on YouTube to help you in these situations. And it may have had something to do with how I believed everything that I saw on TV was real, but that's what made these videos fun. You have no idea how many times my parents thought I was crazy for believing things like vampire TV shows, alien invasion abduction shows were real. But that's what allowed me to have such an unbelievable heart for you guys to put these videos together, because I saw something special in everything that Disney and Nickelodeon ever created. I saw something special behind the production value of Descendants of Zombies. And forgive me, I just wanted to be that guy to sit in the director's chair and write a powerful script that you guys couldn't help but fall head over heels in love with. Let me put it this way. If Disney called me tonight and offered me the chance to go to Disney and film Descendants of Zombies and sit in that director's chair, I would never leave. I would never quit on you guys. Like, you know how the director's chair in Descendants of Zombies has always been a revolving door? It started with Kenny Ortega, then it went from Kenny Ortega to Jennifer Fang, now it's gone from Jennifer Fang to Kimmy Gatewood. I think what you guys need is somebody with a lot of heart and a lot of dedication who understands how you feel about this product, how it makes you feel, and how somebody can trigger your emotions, because it's not just about writing a powerful script. It's about triggering the emotions of your audience, because everybody feels differently. So it comes with a lot of understanding of who your audience is. And I've truly loved being a part of creating stories and creating the characters that bring these stories to life. Because I think that if you give people like Kylie Contrell and Brad Sky more of a chance to actually take creative control of these characters and bring them to life, that's what makes this so special. And if you can make them a believer out of a character such as Red themselves, then that's what really brings it to life. That's what really allows them to embrace their true identities and their true callings. Because what do you guys think the reoccurring theme of Zombies was? It was all about how Addison tried to embrace her true calling and her true identity. She thought she was a zombie at one point, then it eventually became a werewolf, potentially an alien, and then it was all things mixed into one, like a huge explosion. It was all about how somebody struggles so much to find acceptance in this world, and how oftentimes when you think you're alone, you're never alone. I can't even begin to tell you guys how many people in my life thought I was the biggest loser ever, thought my show really sucked. But you guys took this show and turned it into something so special for me. I used to go to school every day. Hey, Jonathan Clarke, you're such a loser for liking wrestling. You're such a loser for liking Disney. Disney is fake. I've heard and I've seen it all. But the thing is, do you guys think it stopped me from creating a really cool Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel? No, it didn't. Do you think it stopped me from coming on here preparing you for an alien invasion and a zombie apocalypse? No, it didn't. And it never, ever will. Because I know there is somebody out there that believes in the same thing. There's somebody out there that wants to take a chance on their favorite stars. There are people out there who may have met Freya Sky, but there are people out there that don't even know who she is. And I think that because you're forever waiting and wishing on the chance to meet her, I think you should be encouraged to go to a Freya Sky show and to have the time of your life. I've never ever wanted to take that away from anybody. I've just wanted to be a part of it. And if I was ever going to say anything at all about Descendants of Zombies, it was going to have to be something nice. Because I think that no matter who we are, we all have a story. And we all have a light. And I know that Final Fantasy was one of my favorite video game franchises of all time. And I've often been quoted by saying the most famous quote from Cloud ever, that everybody has a light. And everybody does eventually find that light. Because you do. You do. Everybody does have a light. It may take you longer than others to find that light, but you eventually do find that light. And when you come to the point of your life of realization of, hey, I think I've found my light. What's that light in the distance? What it reveals to you is something so special because it's your true calling and it's your true identification of who you are as a person. It's the culmination of everything that you've ever done in your life. And as I just said, while it may take you longer to find your light, everybody eventually does, because everybody does have one. And I'm so excited for you guys to realize that and to eventually find it, because I love hearing stories about how people accomplish their dreams and their goals they've set out to achieve. Because that's the reason behind this YouTube channel, to make you a believer in everything that you're put on here on this earth to do and accomplish. And I think that one of the greatest accomplishments we've seen in a very long time is how far Descendants of Zombies has come, given how much you guys have believed in it. And all I've ever wanted to do, I know my house is haunted. Forgive me for those noises in the background. I've got to get this stuff checked out. I don't know what I'm going to do. I've been living here for a very long time. But people tried to convince me this house was haunted, but I can't say I ever believed them. But I'm becoming more of a believer every night. It's really hard for me to sleep here. Guys, stop laughing. Whatever you want to set your heart to doing, please do it. And never ever let anybody allow you to quit on your dreams. Because once you achieve your dreams, the feeling that you receive from it is truly the greatest feeling that you could ever have the chance to experience in your life. And I've just felt so honored and so proud to have been a part of that. Because if you were to ask me my opinion on people like Kylie Contrell, well, I think Kylie is the most beautiful and the most talented and by far the strongest person that I've ever seen in my life. She offers somebody so much inspiration out there, and I can see why you guys have saw a hero in somebody like Kylie. And I've often found time in appreciating that, and I found time in encouraging that. Because if you see a hero in any of your favorite characters or the stars who bring them to life, then why not take a chance on them and why not honor them the way they have deserved to be honored? You know, we spend so much time here on this show and we give praise to people like Kylie and Freya and Taylor and Sabrina Carpenter and Megan Trainor and Meg Donnelly, but I think who we should... Sabrina Carpenter? What does Sabrina Carpenter have anything to do with this? But anyway, we spend so much time talking about Descendants of Zombies so much here on the show and giving praise to people who obviously, yes, deserve it. But I think who we should be applauding and giving praise to, who we should be honoring, is each and every one of you. Because I know for a fact that I would not be here if not for each and every one of you. That's the one thing that no other content creator, he or she, is ever going to tell you. And then they sit back and wonder and they say, I wonder why this Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel that I spent $10,000 on is not the most popular Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel. Why is Jonathan Clarke the #1 Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel of all time? Curse you, Jonathan Clarke. Well, the reason why Jonathan Clarke's YouTube channel is #1 is because Jonathan Clarke understands his audience, and Jonathan Clarke is always here to create for his audience. Because if I couldn't give you something special to believe in, then I didn't want to be a part of these conversations at all. But I have felt, in having said that, I have felt more than honored to be a part of these conversations. I took a chance on Descendants of Zombies. I wanted to create something special along with being a part of something special with each and every one of you, and I had the chance to because of you. I had the chance to experience this because of you, and I will never ever forget any of you for how much you have held a very special place in my heart. So thank you so much for having made this your favorite Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel in the world. This means more to me than words could ever say. Thank you so much for having chosen this YouTube channel as your favorite Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel, and for always watching these videos. As crazy as they may be and unpredictable as they seem to be on times, Descendants of Zombies has obviously held a very special place in our hearts and will continue to for many years to come. Thank you so much for having watched this video.